Good y'all, welcome back to another reaction on this channel, man. Today we are in tune for another very interesting topic of conversation, okay? Now 2 days ago we reacted to a video where Dave Chapelle was literally on stage, live, exposing the entire industry for the monster that it truly is. And honestly speaking, after watching that video, I really do respect Dave Chapelle, bro. There are not many people who are part of the industry. Like I said, a lot of these industry puppets keep their secrecy to themselves, alright? Now, a lot of you guys in the comment section were saying that he wasn't breaking his oath because he never took the oath. And honestly speaking, I genuinely feel like once you sign that contract, the oath has been taken, bro. Like, whatever you want to say about it afterwards, once they own you, and like he said in his video, he said that he literally signed a contract that said they own his name and likeness for perpetuity, which means forever. They control him. They tell him what to do, what not to do. They tell him what shows he can and can't post. He can't even use his name to start up his own show without their permission. Alright? Once they sign that contract, you're owned. So that right there is the oath, my boy. But he decided to step out of that by exposing everything that he's seen firsthand in the industry, right? But we have this video right here. Earlier on, a lot of you guys are sending me this video after I posted that video 2 days ago. But this is Dave Chapelle early on in his career, and it says he breaks his Illuminati spell. I'm genuinely curious to see what they mean by that, but I genuinely feel like since he has already exposed shit in different shows on live, he's most definitely been the type of person to just freely speak his mind on whatever he's seen. So I'm very curious to see what he has to say in today's video. Make sure y'all do leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications to get notified whenever I do drop bangers. But listen, make sure y'all, after y'all watch this video right here, I want y'all to go outside and enjoy some nature, bro. Wise words for the day. I want you. It's a beautiful day in here in New York. If you guys are from New York, Florida, wherever you're from, Texas, it doesn't matter. I want y'all to really watch this video and then go outside and enjoy the entire environment, bro. Just the nature. If you live in a city, go somewhere that has trees, my boy. But let's get into this video, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, you guys can learn a lot tonight.
What can they learn?
You know, like you guys are students now, so you're idealists, but you don't know about where art and corporate interests meet yet. Just prepare to have your heart broken. Like, in a way. You see I'm laughing, that evil laugh? Because he knows, man, and everybody laughs at me, but just get your Africa tickets ready, baby, because it's coming. It's coming. You have no idea.
When Martin Lawrence was in that chair, we talked about Blue Streak.
I love that.
He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist?
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, what's going on with you, baby boy? What? We'd talk about comedy, whatever. And, you know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh, my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chapelle going to Africa? Why is Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you.
If you guys don't know, after he signed a deal, or after he declined a deal or something like that, he ended up going to Africa for a couple of years. That's why he keeps mentioning Africa. Dave Chapelle left the United States and stood in Africa for a couple of years. Now, the point that he's bringing up about Hollywood and how the industry changes is really a taxing nature on your mind. When I say taxing nature, it really consumes you, bro. There's a lot of things that you see or told that you're literally supposed to live in this one shell. You're not supposed to snitch. You're not supposed to say anything. But yet you're supposed to abide by all the rules and make sure you do everything that they say in Hollywood. Of course that's going to drive somebody crazy. Of course it is. And I tell you guys about this all of the time. Hollywood is a very demonic place. Hollywood is very, very hush hush with all the negative and devil worshipping shit and all the crazy acts that they do, bruh. I could post an entire video on my Patreon on how dark and demonic Hollywood truly is. There's Hollywood parties that you have wild orgies and all types of nasty shit going on. You gotta prick your finger with blood and put it on a piece of paper to enter the parties. It's like some weird shit going on in Hollywood. But let's continue.
Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
In fact, if only these people knew exactly what he was talking about and they hit my eyes to tell him about the 100%. That's exactly what he's doing, bro. For Martin Lawrence to be out in the middle of the road waving a gun saying they're trying to kill me, who's they? He's not going to be out there saying that my friends and family are trying to kill me. Who's they? The people who own him, bro.
Oh, I'm dropping dimes tonight. I've had a long year, Mr. Lipton.
We're on our way. What did you mean, Dave, when you described your father's death in 1998 as the beginning of a terrible decline?
I was 23 when I was doing Half Baked. I was getting ready to turn 24. And I was going through all the things that a dude goes through when it goes from one level to the next. I was starring in a movie that I wrote. So things start getting crazy around you.
Yeah.
And my 24th birthday was coming on August the 24th, and I said, this is going to be a big one. And the morning that I turned 24, phone rang, and my sister was like, Dad had a stroke. For the next year, I watched my father teeter on life and death. And it was just all this stuff, man. Like Dad was dying, the Half Baked didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out. I was real upset about that. Because it was a real cool script, and then I saw it, I was like, hey, man, you made a weed movie for kids. And it wasn't for kids, the script, you know. It was all these things, so much pressure. Africa. Then I was in Ohio. I get a call on my cell phone from Hollywood. I'm like, hello, Hollywood. They're like, hello, Dave. They're like, that pilot you did for Fox, looks like they want to pick it up. We need you to come out because they want to meet with you. And I was like, well, listen, I can't really come out right now. Got a real bad situation at home. Can we talk about this on the phone? No, they would rather meet with you in person. But you know, like the whore that they turned us into. I jumped on that plane and left my father's bedside, which I regret to this day. And I went out and I sat with these people in this room. And if you can imagine a large circle of people, and I was 12 o'clock, the black dude. Yeah, Dave, we really liked the show, but the pilot episode was about me getting booed off stage at the Apollo. They go, but what are we going to do about it? I mean, there's not really any white people in it. So it was about the Apollo. It's not really white. Well, we're thinking about the girl on the show. We didn't think she was that funny, not that good looking. I think we should recast her. Maybe, and they started using terms like universal appeal. Basically saying they want me to recast the girl with a white woman. I said, I don't think I can do this, and I quit. On the cover of Variety, Chapelle pulls the race card. The race card. And I get calls from Newsweek, 60 Minutes. Everybody, we want your...
This is exactly how these record labels use media. And this goes beyond just record labels, but this is just how media is used to promote a specific narrative about certain things. Once it's out on the news, once it's on front covers, once it's on magazines and different like blogs and stuff, like news blogs and stuff like that, it becomes the narrative. It doesn't matter what the truth was about the situation. The narrative is being promoted through social media, being promoted through media, period, and it causes an entire narrative, even if it's not true. That's just a prime example of how media is used.
Story. Now I'm scared to death. I'm like Rosa Parks or something. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I was just venting a little bit. And then, a few months later, Dad dies. And that's hard for a young dude in his life. That's a real tough loss. I was there when he died. He went from being my father to what are we going to do with the body. Within moments, it was over. And I'm going through all this stuff, and this is the guy I would usually talk to, right? Dad, I got to figure this out for myself. I want to figure this out for myself. You know, I was beat down. I wasn't living right. You know what I mean? Like, the weed thing was just a bad habit at this point. And you know what I mean? All these, chicken head girls you mess with when it comes with the territory. I'm just being real. Just being real. Just wasn't living right, man. I didn't feel good. And the stand-up stuff was just some angry stuff. It was just like I was kind of bottoming out. But when my dad died, because I've been commuting back and forth to Ohio so much, that's when I bought the farm, which I call the Hollywood farm.
Did you stay in Yellow Springs for a while?
I live there to this day. I live there to this day. I'm raising my kids there. Look, man, at that point in your life, it's something so real in contrast to what Hollywood is, a very powerful illusion. When your dad dies, it kind of broke the spell. Like, oh, this is bullshit. Look, I've been spending so much time doing this. What about my family? What about my friends? Wait, whatever happened to my friends? They don't even have any friends. Ugh. So I bounced, man. New Year's Eve, 1999, I moved into that farm, and that was it. As far as I was concerned, I was done with show business.
They mentioned the spell being broken. Other celebrities talk about the same thing. That's crazy, bro. This is literally what we talk about on this channel all of the time. Hollywood is a very dark and demonic place, bro. And that takes over you, bro. Psychologically, spiritually. He also talks about buying a farm and living on it. It's kind of an escape from the popular culture and resetting your mind. Very much so. This part reminds me of... This is exactly why I tell you guys. Make sure you guys meditate. That's the exact reason why I put an entire part on my Patreon dedicated to meditational practices, bro. I want you guys to be able to escape the reality that you live in into your own mind. Control your inner matrix. People don't even realize how their environment, just like he mentioned in the beginning, how your environment really plays a major role on the person that you become, right? Being able to control yourself, your mind, your energy, your spirit, your thoughts, you begin to reflect. You don't become a reflection, but you begin to attract and you begin to bring into your reality what is already being formed in your subconscious, in your conscious mind, and in your spirit. You get what I'm saying? And it's like having to escape from the world that he was living in was a very, very important thing for him to do in order to reset and be the person that he is today. Now he's out here exposing what he was seeing, what was going on in Hollywood. Before that, he was a part of it. And that's what happens with a lot of artists. You guys often see a lot of artists come out 20 years later when their career is done, talking about everything that they saw in Hollywood. It's not because they're washed up and their career is over. It's because they finally got to escape the lifestyle that they were trapped in. And that right there is what exactly he did when he bought that farm. And I respect him for that. And now he comes back on stage and exposes shit. And he's a real ass guy for that, bro. I respect him a lot. We're over here talking about an Aaron Lewis song. We're over here to see Dave Chapelle, my boy. What are you talking about?
When you play white dudes, I can talk like that. Now, don't make fun of me. But when you play white dudes, your speech is pitch perfect. Which led me to realize that either one of you could, if you wished, speak that way all the time. In other words, is it a matter of choice?
Every black American is bilingual. We speak street vernacular and we speak job interview. There's a certain way I gotta speak to have access. If I'm sitting across the table from a studio exec, you know, sometimes they'll do it to me. Say, my man, what's happening? I say, hold up, no. And I gotta throw out them big words. I gotta let them know that my parents are probably smarter than your parents.
And much better educated.
They're much better educated than your parents, but they may not have had the access that your parents had. But this is show business. I can climb that socioeconomic ladder just off the merit of my skills. I can talk that shit. It's a God-given gift. So, you know, yeah, I speak in street vernacular because when I'm talking to an audience of people, I feel comfortable. It's like an extension. Really, crowds are like my friends. It's the most consistent part of my life since I was 14. But in certain situations, you know, I gotta use that job interview. Well, I don't like that deal.
Can you see a time in your life ever when you won't be doing stand-up?
Listen, man, I'm gonna end this video right here. This is just another video of Dave Chapelle literally exposing the dark side of the life that he lived, number one, and number two, the shit that he experienced in Hollywood, bro. Last time we were speaking about how contracts literally trap these artists and make them puppets, or trap these celebrities and make them puppets for certain agendas, alright? And this right here is just another video to show you guys that Hollywood is not what it seems. Like he said, it's an illusion. It's a huge illusion, and a lot of people are easily deceived. A lot of people automatically attach themselves to what they see on media. Automatically, it doesn't matter what the narrative, like I said, what the narrative being pushed is. They attach themselves to whatever is being seen on media. All of that stems from Hollywood, bro. All of that stems from these dark places that we don't even know about firsthand. And that's why I like watching celebrities come out here and expose this shit, because they're the only people who have real firsthand accounts of what really goes on. And I respect the people who do. The people who are sitting back, trapped in their little contract and whatnot, having to push albums, and even though they don't want to, and having to produce movies, and they're doing cocaine and crack and all this type of crazy shit. I don't respect those people, because they're not strong-spirited people. They're weak. They have already sold themselves, literally being puppeteered by the devil. Alright? I'm going to end this video here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you do leave a like down below and subscribe. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.